And that DT actually hanging out in the background, although that Overlord, just getting Overlord speed, going to kill that DT, although the DT does get a 10th kill, or maybe if he got some drones, he may have more. So that single DT actually, maybe eat my words, completely paid off in the end. And now Free is gone super macro gateway style with a total of what looked to be, I don't know, 9 gateways or so. Range being upgraded, Observatory going down to deal with the Lurkers, of course. And I think Free does not have the +1 upgrade yet, although it would have been nice. 1, 2, nope, no upgrade. 3 shots for those links to go down. That is indicative of no upgrade, which would have been very helpful for him at that point, as he would have been able to take out all those links with just a Zealots. But I'm sure he had a plan behind it in the end. A lot of hatcheries out for Hades at this point, so Hades definitely also responding in kind with a macro game, and maybe proving why Zerg has such an advantage on this map that I was completely wrong about earlier. I really don't know why I thought that Protoss had such an advantage. Oh well. Anyway, so we're going to see a large force of Lings, Hydra, Lurkers, Overlords heading out towards Free, and Free with a lot of goons just sitting, well, 5 goons just sitting in the middle hanging out, begging to be destroyed by that Ling force. And a couple of Scourges as well that probably deal with observers more than anything. And 10 goons and 3 Templars moving out. I would actually expect an Archon to be formed very shortly after using all those storms. Obviously that makes sense. Free gonna have to wait for those observers to come out. 5 Templars, wow, a lot more than I thought he had. So a very nice force from Free, and Free trying to secure the left expansion, the 9 o'clock expansion. At the meantime, Hades expanding again, so Hades definitely expanding aggressively at this point, and pretty much doing a good job at it too. And ooh, Storm going off, but not catching as many Lings as he wants. Hades doing a pretty good job of anticipating the storms and dodging them, and Free not really doing too much with that little skirmish. He's going to have to hope for more. Hive going down at this point, so I certainly still am expecting Ultras, and if he can get Ultras out quick enough, he could do a lot of damage. Observer out. Oh, going to get a free storm on those Hydras, taking out quite a few. And now those goons are going to do a very good job of taking out those poorly spread out Lurkers. Well, actually, very well spread out Lurkers, just poor against goons. And here we see the force. Archon going down, getting completely surrounded by Lings before he can morph. So that actually working out pretty well in Hades' favor. He wants to make sure those Archons do not morph in, because that's going to be hell for his Lings, especially if they get a couple of upgrades on them. They'll be taking them out in 1 shot each, and that would suck for him. Of course, it'd be pretty good for Free. Free, in the meantime, is got his +1 upgrade finally. The Hydras and Lings are all 1-1. Observer going down. Now no sight on those Lurkers. He's going to have to pump out a couple more observers or do blind storms, both of which can work. There is an observer on the field, so he should be okay. Cannon's going down, trying to secure that desperately. Well, maybe not that desperately, but he is trying to secure it for sure. And now he's got that new observer. If he can protect it pretty well, he'll be able to deal with this force without much issue. Lurker's going down pretty quickly. And actually, he's going to be able to fire on that expansion of Hades just using his observer. So, well played. Although, it looks like a couple of poor storms going down. Well, not completely poor. But it looks like he's actually getting overrun a little bit here by Hades. So, Hades with a lot of Lurker. If he can take out those 2 observers, he'll be in good shape too. He tries focusing on them, but unsuccessful. It looks like Free is going to be able to clean this up. Although, I don't know, fairly even matchup really. And those Lurkers still out on the field doing a good job of just adding some extra damage at all points in the game. And Free completely pumping out of, I'm guessing, 10 or 11 gateways at this point. So he is keeping up in full force with those probably 8 hatcheries of Hades. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 hatcheries of what's his face, Hades. So maybe Hades will be able to change his name back to Great after this, if He's freed by beating free. That was horrible. Whatever. So anyway, it looks like we're going to see a little bit of a regrouping of forces here for Hades and free before we see another major engagement. There is, oh, Defiler mount. Okay, so Defiler's coming out. No ultras as of yet, although we could still expect to see them at this point. I would expect to see 2-2 upgrades from the Hydra very soon. If he clicks on them, I can tell you, but they're not clicking on them because they don't listen to me, obviously. So yeah, let's just sit back and watch for a couple of minutes.
계속 한쪽 방향만 신경을 써주고 있네요. 그렇습니다. 너무 한쪽 방향하고 한쪽 방향만 지금 이렇게 대치를 하게 되면은 차명환 선수가 하이브가 완성이 되면서 하이브 완성되는 바로 그 순간 또 주도권이.
I'm just listening to the Korean commentators, wondering what they could possibly be talking about, because I have no idea what they're talking about. Free carelessly losing a Templar there, not very good. Very slow at this point. Just posturing, if anything, and. Really, Free is a very decent force. It looks like he has a second weapons upgrade, so I would expect to see that 2-2 upgrade from Zerg. Again, click on the damn unit so I can tell. They are not going to do that. Free now pushing in to the other expansion, and now we see the major skirmish. Wow, that was a beautiful storm. Another good storm in the background. Another good storm, and Free just destroying the forces of Hades, and Hades not dodging storms at all, trying to take out some observers, but there are 3 out on the field. Going to be tough to do. Lurkers heading out right into the goons, but the goons are going to rip them apart. Zealots coming in from behind. Another observer going down, but still, again, he's got 3 down to 1 at this point, but that is enough. And Free going to come out way ahead on that. And actually, Hades in a lot of trouble. You always know they're in trouble because the Korean filmmakers, what they do is they quickly zoom in on the face of the player, and they're like, wow, look, he's in trouble. Let's see what his expressions are. And wow, not moving out of storms at all. Hydra's just popping in those psionic storms. Those are almost as bad as the psionic ice storms of the New England area that we saw in the past few days. And it looks like the goons actually hanging out in the Dark Swarm. Wow, more great storms going off. Please make an Archon out of them. No, he loses that Templar, and wow, Free pushing up in the front of Hades' base, and Hades now in a bit of trouble. He does have Dark Swarm, and that's going to delay things, and Free looking dumbfounded as ever, and he's just doing a very good job of containing him at this point. Although the one thing he needs to do, now that he has him contained, he's really got to focus on getting the expansions taken out. Ooh, Plague going down. Nice Plague, catching a decent amount of goons. And he's going to focus on both the... oh, he takes out the Lurker eggs before they can morph. I think that's actually a pretty smart move at this point, although he's got to be careful of those links considering he's plagued. One of the Lurkers actually morphing, although it goes down very quickly now that it is not an egg. And Free pushing in. So it looks like he may get pincered a little bit, but doing a lot of damage. Nice storms continuing to catch clumped up Hydras. And now, Lings coming in on the back end, Cracklings for sure. And Zealots coming in to reinforce Free. So Free, at this point, is pushing in, taking out a lot of Sunkens, and losing just a bunch of Zealots at this point, but doing a lot of damage. Wow. There's that Ultralisk Cavern that I was expecting a while ago. Not the best storm there, actually. But it looks like Free has proven his point. He has pushed him back into his base. Hades is now hanging back out in the underground. And well, that's a pretty good name for a Zerg player, actually. Hades. Lord of the Underground. Lord of the burrowed units. And he is forced back to his lair, and or hive, actually, at this point. And, well, no, that's not true. He's pushing out with his Dark Swarm. But Archons in the mix are going to make that Dark Swarm fairly useless, at least at least making the Hydras useless, and doing a great job of just taking out the units in the Dark Swarm. So as long as Free can keep his macro up, he's in pretty good shape. Now it all depends on how many ultras are about to pop out for Hades. If Hades can get enough ultras out, he'll be in pretty good shape to get back into the match, especially if they're upgraded ultras, although he certainly hasn't had the time to upgrade them, as the cavern has only just now gone up. He'll probably go after the armor upgrade first,